This video presents an overall tour of the course website, including the specific information that is included in the course syllabus that will be elaborated on a little bit so that you have a good understanding of some of the fundamental characteristics of how the course operates. So here we are on the course homepage, and this is always accessible from the web address provided. When you get to the homepage at the beginning of each new week of the course, there will be a different set of announcements on the homepage, and that will be what you will see when you navigate to the course website. But there will be a drop-down menu where it says Home in the main menu at the top, and that will include copies of the previous week's home pages and announcements if you need to refer back to them for whatever reason. So that's what the first button in the main menu is. I'm going to present the syllabus information last because I'm going to go into some detail. So I'm going to skip that for now. The weekly work button provides access to all the assignments and all the pages for the assignments throughout the course. So right now you'll notice that I have a link to the course introduction, as well as all the pages you're going to need in order to complete all of the activities and assignments for week 1. Now you'll notice that only week 1 is listed right now, and that's because I do gradual disclosure of web material, and I work 1 week at a time. So you'll always be able to come back to week 1, but when we start week 2, there will be a drop-down link beneath week 1 that will say week 2 all the way through the entire course. So that's a very important menu option that you'll be navigating to regularly. The next button lists the resources that you have at your disposal for the course. One of the first resources you'll access on day 1 are the course notes. And so I have a single file for all the notes in the class. You can download that. It's a PDF file. So I have course notes. I also have some information about the course text, as well as a file that presents an open source research methods text as well. You might use as a resource. And then there will be some other articles and things that I may add to the resources to the text and readings page. I've got a little more information about AI that will be referenced. And then if I ever have something very specific that I need to communicate regarding course content, I'll include it in one of these drop-down links on the resources menu. I've got a page about writing and APA resources, but for this summer course, that's not going to be a major focus of this class. And finally, the last link on the main menu is D2L. And if you click on that, that will take you to the D2L login screen, and you'll be able to access the D2L tool that we'll use to manage your grades, as well as submit assignments in their appropriate assignment folders. Okay, so those are the overall features of the website. Now let's go through the syllabus kind of one at a time, okay? So first of all, you're on this page, the course website tour, and I'm not going to click on that because you're on it right now. And what would happen if I were to click on this and then go to the page with the video that you're watching, and I'm recording a video of that? That's some kind of Inception level thing going on, and I don't want to risk it. Too risky. Then I have a page that includes general course information. There's a picture of me. My office hours are by appointment. I can be available by phone or video conference or email. I should have put that on. I didn't because office hours are about synchronous interactions. So I'm happy to communicate with you as needed. I have the course syllabus that is a hard copy of this information. That's something I would definitely download if I were you. I have information about the course text and a little bit about some of the artificial intelligence tools we'll use. I have a listing of all the course assignments and activities and just a brief description of them. As I mentioned earlier, I will be disclosing details about these during the weeks when they're assigned. I have detailed information about the grading here. And as I mentioned also at some point in some of the other material, or as I do for week 1, you have reflections that you're going to be working on most weeks. They're worth 5 points each. There's 10 of them throughout the class, and you can drop one of them. Or I should say the lowest score will be dropped. So if you don't have time to complete one and you just don't submit it, that's fine. It'll be the one that gets dropped. I've got a listing of the projects that you're going to work on. You'll notice there are 2 group projects. I'll say more about those when we get to those weeks. I have the grading scale, and it's a little bit different. This is a graduate course, so you'll have to take a look at that and take a look at the distribution of where you might fall. Notice, by the way, in the grading and what is being graded, there are no exams for this course. This course, just your letter grade will be based on your performance in for all the projects as well as the reflections. Okay, my due date and late work policy, generally speaking, everything is due on Sunday, the Sunday of that week, of the week it's assigned before midnight. If it's turned in after that time, it will incur some penalty, likely a 25% penalty for the number of points that you score on the assignment. That's not enough to affect your grade if it happens once or even twice, but more than that, and it will affect your grade, and it probably should. You don't need to contact me if something's going to be late. I'll know that it's late. It's okay if you have a good excuse. You're not penalized that much. Just try to keep up with it as much as you can. So, and if you're going on vacation or whatever, try to arrange it so that you can spend at least a little bit of your time working on the things that need to be worked on. The course ends Friday, August 14th. And so the last time and date you'll be able to turn in anything is that Friday at 5 p.m. You'll check the calendar for current due dates, and I'll show you that in a minute. I have information about our AI policy as well as students with disabilities and the support. If you have any issues at all with disabilities, whether you have an accommodation for something or officially or not, you can talk to me about it. I'm very generous when it comes to working with each student. Okay, so that's the general information. I have a listing of the course objectives. These are embedded in the course notes file as well, and these are the things that I am going to be facilitating through the readings and the projects and reflections. So you can look at that. A very important page is the course calendar. This includes everything that is due each week. And so if this changes, and it very well might, then I will change the updated date, and you can come back to this calendar file when you get to it. So there is a version of this in the course syllabus, but it's going to change. So just know that. I have a little bit of information about graduate student expectation when it comes to reading and writing. You can read through that. We are not focusing on scholarly writing much at all in this version of the class, but I do operate under what's expected here. You can read more about that. And then finally, the last piece of information regarding the syllabus is some information about me. So I'm going to have you create an About Me type of personal profile page for this class. This is one that I use for various online classes. And so I have a file, an embedded Canva file that presents specific information about me and my background. You can read through that. I list my most current playlist for the summer on Spotify. I think you could tell a lot about a person by the music that they choose to listen to. I support a number of really important causes in my life, and I list those, and those tell you a little something about me. So this is just information about me if you want to learn more about me and my background. So that is the course website. You will navigate now after you view this. If you view it for the first time, you'll navigate then to the course introduction, which is listed right under weekly work, right there. So you'll click on that and you'll go right to the beginning of the class. Okay, that's the website.